Well, where have you been? Where have I been? Where have we been? Loading. Got a car. And of course, I am parked because I had a load going out to Georgia. It's going to be decent, a little over $1.13 a mile. And go pick it up from the shipper. It was a personal warehouse or a business warehouse. The young lady, I guess she's running a business, ships a lot of stuff out of there. Boxes wrapped. It was like, okay, we got to break the boxes down because your ramp decks are the old ramp decks at like 24 inches, and of course my gooseneck is at 38. And she said, well, we can do this and do this. And I said, okay, but these are boxes. Don't you want them tarp? Well, you think it's going to be bad weather? You got these in boxes. I'll tarp them for you, but that's not what's on the load sheet. I said, but you might want to call your customer. And the customer says, no, we told our broker that we wanted that in an enclosed trailer. Now, they're trying to ship, I think they listed it at 8,000 pounds, 14 feet, from Houston to Atlanta, Georgia, Norcross, Georgia to be specific. And they're shipping that, I don't know, $900. And, well, with this car, which was shipping at a little over $1 a mile, it was going to make the trip worthwhile. It's like, okay, cool. But I get there, she calls the customer. Customer said, nah, we need that to be in an enclosed trailer. And they're calling it a half a trailer. Now, there's no way it's going to be a half a 18-wheeler. I said, you're not going to get a big truck to ship these boxes. I mean, they're listing it as a half a truck, and it's definitely not a half a truck. It's 2 pallets. So, you're going to have to rechange it or whatever. Needless to say, we had to walk away from that. We called our broker, and this particular broker, and told them, hey, we have to walk away. They canceled. He said, that's fine. Tried to find something else for us, and I said, okay, that's cool. Let me go pick up a car. He didn't seem interested once I had told him I had a car. My Freudian slip. Maybe I shouldn't have told him that. But anyway, we got this car. It's going to Louisiana. So now it's trying to pick something up going towards that way east. So I've had a few runs. I've been posting on Instagram a lot. Hadn't done any posts probably since before I got my CDL. That's a story and a video that's coming, documenting this legacy journey I've been on. My truck has gotten secured. I've got my tarps. I have a new tarp security thing that I might just patent that joker. I just showed it on YouTube, so I guess that's out of the question. But anyway, everybody's talking about the low rates. I get it. Rates are low. If you've been in business, in any kind of business, there's a cycle. There's a cycle where the business is going to be good, and there's a cycle where the business is going to be bad. Like I said, I worked in the business corporate industry for over 29 years. Be safe out there, law enforcement. And I've seen the cycles go around. It's cyclical. That's just what happens in business. Even going into trucking, and there's new people trying to go into trucking, and Facebook and all the forums can be a cruel mistress sometimes. Being on a lot of motorcycle forums, being a newbie, you get introduced to that. You ask a simple question, and people sit behind their computers, and they just sit there and just try to beat the hell out of people. Hey, I'd like to get into Hotshot. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't waste your money. Don't sell your truck. Sell your truck. Don't buy a truck. Buy this. Don't do it. Go work for somebody for a year. I'm like, wow, the vitriol. Why so much vitriol on these forums, Facebook groups, and so forth? Why so much vitriol? Why the hate? Even when you ask a simple question, I posted a question on the comments forum about, hey man, my gas mileage is this, and And I had it set at 67, trying to take some pictures, get some helps, because I'm new to the Cummins engine and all that. The first 5 or 7 were just people just jumping off, man. Just like, well, reduce your speed. I'm going 67. I'm only pulling, I think it's 8,000 pounds. Really? That's okay, fine, okay. And you just got to ignore that. And really, for anybody trying to go into this business, there's naysayers everywhere. I've helped entrepreneurs start businesses. I've been a consultant for years, and helped people. And there's always going to be those people that say, nah, it ain't worth it. Now, they're doing it. They're making a living at it, but they're going to tell you it's hard. There isn't a job out there that's easy. From being a pro football player, any professional athlete, that is not easy. Just because you have God-given talent, it does not make it easy. Even if you're going to be out here working a backhoe, where these people are doing some excavating and getting ready to set the foundation, it's not easy. There's no such job that's going to say, wow, this is the easy. You know what makes a job easy? Is when you love it, when you like it, when you enjoy what you're doing, when you're doing it for you. Being an owner operator, being in business for yourself, that makes it all worthwhile. I mean, just for a lot of people to say that. I've worked for corporate. I've the high from the low all the way up to the high, and I enjoy the ride. Well, there's some bad days. Oh wow, some horrible bad days. I mean, when you've been in the industry as long as I have, you're gonna see it all. But experience builds character. Don't forget that. Yes, the rates are cheap. Yes, it's going to be $1 a mile. I lucked up and found a car going for $1 a mile. I had it set up. I lost my first 2 weeks. I had 3 loads. Why? One, I didn't know how to run the clock, the ELD clock. All the time I did prepping, I said, I'll figure this out. And then you figure out, when you start asking people about the ELD clock, they start telling you things they do to get around it, which is cool. But, the 14, the 11, the 70, I had to learn all that, the 8, and what does all that mean? And I should have did a better job of reading the directions and following the YouTube videos on how to utilize the ELD and what it all meant. So back to the rates. The rates are what they are. People are going to pay what they're going to pay. I get it. We can blame the brokers. I haven't been in the game long enough. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what it is that's creating the rates, but I do know business. And when it comes to business, this is a capitalistic society. Everybody is trying to get theirs. The broker, the dispatcher. The brokers are teaching the new brokers. The dispatchers are teaching the new dispatchers. The people are talking about, hey, you need to go and sign on with somebody, lease under somebody, and do that. Well, it depends on what are you prepared to do. You don't go start any business, whether you're going to open up a restaurant, whether you're going to open up a taco stand, whether you're going to open up a square building restaurant, or any business. You have to understand that you going in, you're going to lose money. It's point blank, plain and simple. Don't expect to make money. Don't expect to get rich. Don't expect things to do. Well, how are you going to get through it? Well, this is where proper planning prepares you. Know your resources. If it's for instance, the first load I was going to pull, the day I started calling after I got my CDL, was 86 cents a mile going all the way somewhere to Utah, pulling out of Houston to Utah. Now, I knew 86 cents a mile was cheap, but I know also what it takes for me to run this business, to pay for the trailer, to pay for the truck. There's a lot of guys that give you good information. They're trying to help you. And they're not beating up on the business. They're not beating up on the rates and all of that stuff. It's a dog-eat-dog out there. There's a guy that said, don't accept the cheap rate. Well, it'll just sit there. And if a guy needs to make 60 cents a mile, he needs to make 60 cents a mile. you hate to say it, you know. You be in businesses and they say, well, why are you selling your stuff for cheap? Well, I need to discount my stuff. I need to discount. Volume beats all. As long as your truck is moving, you should be doing something. You should be learning something. Right now, I'm in the learning phase. I've prepared myself to be in the learning phase for months. So I'm learning. But I can't be defeated by the circumstances. And that's the basis of what this is. Don't be defeated by the circumstances and everybody else's negative opinion, because there are always going to be negative opinions all the time. Well, till the next video, I'm going to start uploading some videos. I'm having a blast out here, even though I did lose 3 weeks. And I mean, in 2 weeks on the road from California to Montana, getting stuck in Cheyenne and Snowstorm Dorothy. I lost some days, but I learned some things too. And be encouraged, everybody. Those guys that are starting, there's plenty of people out there that's willing to help you. You know, a lot of guys I watch on the videos, from everybody knows the Tow Piglet, even Pro Haul Logistics has got some stuff out there. There's a good book out. There's a lot of people out there that's trying to help everybody. And that's where we need, and not in this business, but in everything, help each other. For some reason, we keep forgetting, let's dog them out, don't let them in. We got that crab barrel mentality. Don't get in this business. Okay, don't get in it. But they've tried, they must like it. They want to try it, let them try it. Be encouraged. You can't allow those naysayers to be discouraging to you, because they can kill a dream before the dream even gets started. So for all the things out there, when you have a day like today where I packed up, got ready, found a load, get ready to head to Georgia, load cancel, and I'm stuck, got a car. That's okay, I got a car. You know what? I just, hey, ask the man upstairs, hey, provide something for me tomorrow. And if it comes, it comes. What's not for me is not for me. So don't be discouraged. Be careful of who you ask and get advice from, guys. Have a good one.